So you've been researching real estate for years and still haven't bought, right? Or it's been a few years and you're stalling out with one or two properties. It's not because you don't want to invest. It's because you don't have access to the right resources. Most people aren't stuck because of their lack of access. They're stuck because of the path they were shown that doesn't match their reality. Over the years, guys, I've worked with well over 200 investors, right? I've done well over 400 transactions, and we have been able to help people like you be able to tap into resources that they would naturally not have access to, right? Here are the things over the years that I've found that is stopping people from investing. 3 things, right? Number one is going to be funding, right? Being able to have either the capital to get into a property or being able to have a funding partner or real funding that's going to be able to fund your projects. I want you to envision something right now. Envision that there's a neighbor across the street from you and they have a $70 million fund. All right. I want you to envision that neighbor is now telling you, hey, man, I am wanting to be your funding partner. All you have to do is bring closing costs to the table to get into your next couple of projects. How would that help you be able to scale your portfolio or to get started in real estate from where you are at right now? To me, that is a funding problem. To me, that is a resource issue. And that's number one reason why a lot of people are struggling getting started into real estate. There's something that's called private money. And if you are able to get access to private money, I want you to, again, envision what that will be able to do for you. Number 2 reason I think that's stopping a lot of people from really getting into real estate is going to be deal flow. So many times I see when I'm talking to new investors, right? When I'm talking to investors that kind of stalled out on their projects or their deals, I ask them, how are you looking for real estate deals, right? I ask them, how are you searching for properties to be able to invest into? And time after again, they tell me the same thing, Zillow, right? And there's nothing wrong with Zillow. Zillow is a fantastic platform, and Redfin and all the other platforms, they are fantastic, but they are retail, okay? And I like to say this analogy all the time. It's kind of like going into Neiman Marcus and buying a shirt and trying to resell that shirt to someone else. Can it work? Absolutely. But will your margins be as big as if you would have bought that shirt wholesale and did the same exact scenario? Would it be, right? So ask yourself, if you can get access to more wholesale type of properties where it's more so off market, what would your margins look like if you were to sell that property at retail? What would your margins look like and your cash flow look like if you was able to get duplexes for $70K that's worth $150, and then now you're putting a renter inside, or you're Section 8ing that thing? And then the third point here is going to be access to boots on the ground, right? If you're somebody right now and you're in an expensive market, right? It can be California, it can be New York, it can be, Texas and Colorado and Florida, all these expensive big city markets across the country. It is expensive to get into these deals. And when you're working with a team, you are looking to, okay, how can I invest out of state in a more affordable market, but I don't got nobody to work with? I don't know these contractors. I don't have boots on the ground. I can't check every day to make sure that these people are doing the work that they're supposed to be doing. Now, if you have a team behind you, a team that's already in those areas, and a team with experience that you can be able to trust, that's going to be able to get in and out of those projects and make sure that, number one, you're on time, and number 2, you're staying on budget. Again, I want you to ask yourself and envision, how would you be able to benefit from something like that? Would you now be able to scale your portfolio to now get out of those expensive markets and get more into markets like the Midwest, where you're now able to increase your portfolio at a much faster rate for a good bang on your buck, right? Those are 3 of the main reasons of why I feel people are stopping from being able to scale their portfolio or preventing them from getting into real estate. Now, if you are watching this video, the main thing that I want you to grasp from this video is stop being a product only of your environment and understand that the reason of why you probably don't have a 10, 20 plus unit portfolio right now is because you're only trying to invest locally to where you are right now. With a team like Investor IQ that have done over 300-400 transactions in the last 24 months, we are able to provide the private funding for you guys, right? Where you're working with that private money lender with a $70 million fund that's going to be able to help you to scale your portfolio. Where now you're working with our team and our acquisition team that's finding you those off-market deals that you're going to need to be able to get into that next rental portfolio that you're trying to get started on, or to be able to go into that next flip project. You're going to need access to our contractors, vetted contractors that we've been working with for years. Understand that these guys are experienced, licensed, and insured, and their main point of working with you is to, within 6 to 8 weeks, get in your project, get out, and move on to the next. If this is something that you feel like you can continue to be able to find some benefit from, whether you're working with us or not, the biggest thing I want you to gain from this video is, let me see how I can be able to leverage another team or to leverage some place that's outside of what my own, so I can get started in scaling my real estate portfolio as soon as possible. All right, peace.